Hey everyone, John here from the Four Brewers Podcast. Even though we haven't released an episode in a while, I'm back with another beer review. And it's not just because I am starting to do beer reviews again. I have a special reason to do beer reviews. In fact, if I can do this every day for the month of December 2025, I'm going to do it. My buddy Jesse Friedman, who used to live in Highland Park in Los Angeles, recently moved to Barcelona, Spain. And when he moved, he told me that he had a couple cases of beer and other goodies that he wanted to offload because otherwise it would just sit somewhere and not be enjoyed. And as it was, the beers that he are pretty epic beers for the most part. Some of them I saw and I'm like, oh, that's going to be awful. Some that we tried while we were at his house before he left were awful. But that's the whole point of trying old cellared beer. And I learned over the years that cellaring beer is a lie. Don't do it. Maybe if you have something that you want to sit on for a year, like a heavy ABV stout, maybe do that. But don't push it. And for the most part, don't believe the hype. Don't cellar beer. It's a waste of money. I know because I did it. That being said, Jesse gave me roughly two cases of cellared beer. I think I have enough of what he gave me for 31 days of December. So let's do it. Almanac Beer Company. This is their Beer to Mars. It's from spring 2012. And if you look at the label art on this thing, it's pretty epic. Like back when Almanac was doing these beers, I remember when we were doing New Brew Thursday, these were being released seasonally, I think. And I can't remember off the top of my head, but I don't think they did anything that was like production. It was always special release. They put a lot of thought into the labels and they locally sourced the ingredients from, Northern California where they were at, which is, I believe they were in Alameda, or they're still in Alameda because they still are a brewery. It's just Jesse's not there anymore. But these were all very special. And we got these beers from a viewer of the show back in the day. His name was Mike. And he's the guy that actually, and I believe it was Mike. I'm almost positive it was Mike. But he was the one that introduced me to Jesse. And now me and Jesse, we're good friends. We never hung out a lot while he was in LA, which is ironic because he lived an hour and a half away from me. But now that he's gone, I regret not hanging out with him. So he told me to open these beers. Don't make it anything special. Just open them up. If they're good, they're good. If they suck, they suck. Whatever. So I'm going to save some for the podcast. But for the most part, I think I can pull off opening 31 different beers. If not, we'll run a little short. So I figured it was cool to start with this. This is bottle 12495. I think it's a bottle number, or maybe that's the release number. That's probably the release number. So, fun fact. This little thing here on the label where it says no pint glass and use a tulip. Hopefully that's in focus. Jesse actually has that as a tattoo on his arm, which is awesome. Anyway, let's open this up. It's starting to foam, which is okay. Interestingly enough, this was sitting on its side in my refrigerator, and there's a little bit of yeast on the bottom, but I thought it would be more cloudy than it is. So that's still looking pretty bright orange. Again, this is from 2012, so we're at, 13 years old for this beer. Definitely some oxidation on the nose. To be expected. It's 13 years old. Don't cellar beer. You do get some spice coming through on the nose, like a little bit of jasmine, I would say. What's in this thing? It's brewed with fennel. Okay. And they see on here imparting flavors of dried plum fruit, figs. Doesn't say anything about the aroma here. They used caramelized malt. Of course they do. And they added Belgian candy sugar for complexity. That's where the dried raisins and stuff come from. Honestly, the nose on this is pretty diminished, and it's more oxidized smelling than anything else, but that's to be expected. The candy sugar does come through. It comes through like more of a deeper fruity smell like, but sweet smelling, if that makes sense. You do get the candy sugar. In fact, that might be mingling with the oxidation, actually. The more I smell it, yeah, that almost smells like baked toffee. You know what I mean? Like, not burnt, but just like fresh toffee on the nose. That's interesting. Yeah, the more and I'm not going to say the oxidation blows off, but I notice it less and less, and I get more of that Belgian toffee chocolate kind of thing. Very light chocolate, but it's got that essence. It almost smells chewy. Like this is not bad on the nose for being 13 years old. So let's see what it tastes like. That is surprisingly good. Wow. Again, that candied malt flavor comes through. Any kind of hop character that was on this, I think, is pretty much gone. It's all about the malt at this point. It doesn't taste like cardboard, which that's awesome. It's, again, it smelled oxidized, but you're not getting that cardboard flavor. I gotta say, that's pretty enjoyable. Like, I wish it was fresher, obviously. 13 years old, not that fresh. But yeah, this is still drinkable, serviceable. It's pretty damn good for being 13 years old. I gotta say, though, for the most part, for it being 13, 14 years old almost at this point, tasting pretty good. So, Jesse, good job. I miss you, bud. I hope we get to visit you in the next year or so in Barcelona. Come back tomorrow to see if I post another review from his cellar. We'll see you next time.